Walker County Chairman Shannon Whitfield presented a balanced budget to the Board of Commissioners this week. I'm Joe Legee. On this episode of Walker This Week, we take a look at some of the highlights. Walker County government's general fund budget to pay for maintenance and operations of county services does not require a property tax increase as proposed.
Fortunately, with other revenue streams being up a little bit each year, your county government's dependency on property taxes has been decreasing. And so I've listed just the most current 3 years. So in FY2025 budget, our dependency on property taxes from the 2022 property taxes was 44.636%. In 2024 budget, from the 2023 property taxes, our dependency was 41.504% of the budget. Our proposed FY 2025 budget projections, that will be reduced down to 40.585% of your 2024 property taxes. So that's a drop of over 4% dependency on property taxes over just the last 3 years alone. And so with this budget proposal, this will also incorporate a full rollback as the state looks at it, where our tax increase this year will be zero. And so we're doing a full rollback of the millage to show that we're not having a tax increase. So as an example, I saw online a little before the meeting, the Walker County School Board is advertising or proposing up to a 7% increase. We're not advertising any increase because we're not having an increase, is what's being proposed. So typically when we have had to do a proposed increase because we didn't roll the millage rate all the way back. Like last year, we rolled it back a lot, but we didn't roll it back the entire amount. We still had to advertise because we were receiving more money off the taxes. So some of you may wonder, well, when are we going to have the morning meeting that we typically have at the Civic Center for the millage hearing? We won't have that. There's no need to have that. It's not required because we're not increasing. And then we're normally required to have one in the morning. We're not going to have it. There won't be one in the evening because we're going to be at zero the way the state has us calculate revenue from property taxes. So our dependency is less on property taxes, and we're having a zero property increase.
The $34.6 million spending plan includes funding for a full-time emergency management position, 2 additional public works team members, an additional staff member in the government buildings and shop departments, office equipment for the new elections headquarters, a new ambulance service contract, and operational expenses associated with Adventure Acres, the new playground and splash pad experience coming to Rossville. Back in May, county department leaders presented their funding requests to the board, which were later revised downward. Still, the FY 2025 general fund budget is about 4% more than 2024. Growth and the removal of bond debt cover the increase in expenses.
When you look at the overall budget from our different departments and elected officials, our actual spending is going to be at $2,709,178. A lot of what is driving that increase in spending is there is a proposed 4% pay increase for our employees. So that we have a lot of employees, and that also dominoes into the taxes and the other benefits that are driven by payroll. But remember, again, our budget's only going up $1.4 million. So the way we're able to accomplish this in partial is that we paid off that bond. So here a few meetings back, 2 or 3 meetings back, this board voted to pay off the industrial bond 10 years early. We had a 5-year call on that bond. So as I've noted in this letter here, that's freed up $1.3 million of cash flow over the next 10 years because that's debt service we don't have anymore. So look at it like when you pay your house off. If your house payment's $1,000 a month, you pay your house off, now you got an extra $1,000 a month. Well, we've got an extra $1.3 million a year to be able to use for other priorities in the budget. and it not going to pay debt. We can actually invest it in our people.
The county will consider accepting the proposed rollback millage rate to keep property taxes flat on August 22nd. Public hearings on the budget will also be held on August 22nd and September 12th at 6:30 p.m. at Walker County Courthouse Annex 3 in Lafayette. The county's budget year begins October 1st. It's also important to note in Georgia, local school systems are their own taxing authorities. They set their own millage rates independent of the county government, which has no oversight or control over their budgets. Hey, don't forget you can connect with us online anytime at walkercountyga.gov or on the social media platform where you found this video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again real soon.